and welcome to the Rack Extra WWE 2k18 edition. That's right, y'all, we're here. The video game is days away from the release, and well, he's Rock, I'm Lindsay. We're here to talk all about the game. We're going to fill you in on the roster. We're going to fill you in on all the, nice little nuggets that they put out over the last few days, because I'm personally really excited about this game. It's positively beautiful to look at.
It is glorious, just from all the content we've seen, all the content that's coming. I'm jazzed. I'm very excited. I'm really, really, really excited. I have a whole list of things I want to do with the video game. My mind is full of ideas. Yeah, this is going to be a fun game. I
couldn't agree more. So with that, I say we jump right into the roster.
Yeah, let's jump into the roster. There are 174 unique playable characters in this game, which is a record.
It's a huge roster.
203 playable characters on the disc, including alternate versions of superstars. That's a record. 30 playable women.
Woohoo!
That's a record. 184 unique playable characters, including DLC, which is a record. 213 playable characters, including DLC and alternate versions of superstars. And then 218 total characters, which includes managers. That's a lot.
That's a ton.
There's like 47 new characters in the game.
I believe it.
You got people like, you have 8-Gum, you have Akira Tozawa, Aleister Black, who's in DLC, Alexander Wolf, Batista, Beth Phoenix, Billy Kay, Bobby Roode, Cedric Alexander, Kurt Hawkins, Drew McIntyre, Elias, Ember Moon, Eric Young, Grand Metalik, Jack Gallagher, Jeff Hardy, Jinder Mahal, Johnny Gargano, Cassius Ohno, Killian Dane, Kurt Angle, 01 and 06, Lars Sullivan, Maurice, Matt Hardy, Mickey James, Nick Miller, Nikki Cross, No Way Jose, Noel Abdar, Paul Ellering as a manager, Peyton Royce, Razor, Rhino, Rich Swann, Rick Martel, Ricky Borden, Rob Van Dam, Robert Gibson, Roderick Strong, Ruby Riott, Sawyer Fulton, Shane Thorne, D. Brian Kendrick, TJ Perkins, and last but not least, Tommaso Ciampa, as all the 47 new names in the game that were not in WWE 2k17.
I can't wait for Tommaso to troll Johnny with it, because you know that's coming.
You know that's coming. Oh, yeah, without question, you know that's coming. But then there are the women. You mentioned 30 different women in this game. 30. That's insane.
That's awesome.
Now, we had a chance to see some of the entrances because there's been a lot of content posted in the last couple of days. Who was your favorite model that you've seen now, the characters?
Oh my god, there's so many. I feel like they did a really nice job on Asuka.
Yeah, very nice job on Asuka. They did her coat very well. They got her hair down really well. And that's one of the tough things to this game, is the hair.
Yeah, hair is still very much a challenge. You can tell, especially on a lot of the women, the way that they did the animation, that they animated the hair kind of separately, and then they put it on the model because it moves slightly different. I mean, it's better, it looks better, it moves better. It moves still kind of in chunks, but they're smaller chunks now. Like, they haven't gotten it to the level where it's like, Pixar quality, individual hair, that kind of thing, where the hair moves like that. But they have improved the hair a lot in this new incarnation of the game. All the bodies, all the faces, they did a nice job on everybody. Like, they talked about when they were building this game, because this is a completely new game from the ground up in terms of just the engine and the way that it's all structured and everything like that.
They're able to animate things differently in this video game. It's not a full new game, but it's a new animation system. It's a new modeling system because they don't have to scale it back down. With the older gens having copies of the game, well, they've had to scale it down so everything sort of looks the same. This year, there is no copy for the 360 or the PS3. It is now the new gen only.
Yeah.
So they're able to do it fully this time around.
Yeah, and with that, it's like you can tell that and like I said, they said that they took the time to go back and individually sculpt a lot of the bodies. So it's like you're not seeing one or two body types for the guys and one or two body types for the girls. If you actually look at the character, they look like they're supposed to look, right, more or less. I mean, it's obviously there's a little bit of creative licensing going on somewhere with some of these people, but it's like for the most part, it's like you look at Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss's body looks like her body. It's not just a generic female wrestler body. Nia Jax looks like she's supposed to look.
Right, there's a difference in body types this year, which we'll get into details when we get to the DLC, My Player stuff. So, going through the list of the women, it's Alexa Bliss, Alicia Fox, Alundra Blaze, Asuka, Bayley, who they did a really nice job on, Becky Lynch, Beth Phoenix, as we mentioned, DLC, Billy Kay, Brie Bella, Carmella, Charlotte, Dana Brooke. Ember Moon's entrance looks fantastic. The only one complaint I have is here's the one complaint I have about it, is some of the entrances, is the video screens. Because some of them don't have the full main roster video screens. So you'll see event screens, so it kind of takes away from some of the effect, but it works for the most part.
I mean, it is what it is. It's like, okay, they hadn't, at the time that they finished this game out, they probably hadn't updated some of the screens yet, so they're going based on that. Like, I know it's a really simple fix. You can just sort of upload the screens into the game, but it's like, I mean, the screens don't necessarily bother me. I'm more worried about how the characters look.
Oh, I know, but someone like me who's very picky at some points with stuff like that, yeah, it's a little nitpicks, because you would figure over time they would have changed it, but it seems like it's not there yet. Anyway, continuing, you have Emma, Ivory, Jacqueline, Lita, Maurice, who look really good in the game.
And who's a playable character in the game?
Who's a playable character in the game. Mickie James, Naomi's entrance is glowing.
Naomi's entrance is absolutely spectacular, and you can tell they had her mocap it.
Natalya, Nia Jax, Nikki Bella, Nikki Cross, Paige. Unfortunate for Paige.
Paige is the face. Like, they did a really nice job on her body, but her face is an older scan. And I think Natty is an older scan as well. And so the faces are just like a little strange, but overall they look fine. I mean, again, you're basically taking real three-dimensional human beings, scanning them, and then like putting their face on a 3D model. So it's not like the easiest thing. It's not going to be perfect, but it's like sometimes the scan, you know, with older technology, especially older cameras, they don't pick up the finite details. And I think Natty's lost
a lot of
weight. She's lost a lot of weight. And you can tell that the face that they used for her, it looks like it might be an older scan, so she still has some of that weight on her, and that could be what's impacting it a little bit.
You also have Peyton Royce, Ruby Riott, Sasha Banks, Stephanie McMahon, Summer Rae, who turned out really well, Tamina, and Trish Stratus. A full in-depth roster right there.
I'm fine with this roster. They did a wonderful job on all the NXT girls. Like, they didn't, you know, sacrifice anything for them, because it's like, you know, in past games, it's like you could tell who the top stars in the company are at the time because of the work that was put into the model for the game. It's like, you know, Zack Ryder's model was not as good as Triple H's. Like, they just didn't put that much time and effort into it because it's like, well, he's not probably going to get played with a lot, so it's like, we're going to use Triple H a lot. So yeah, let's do that. No, that's one thing you can say about all the models in this game is, for the most part, they're all equally well done. Mm-hmm. I mean, some are a little bit better than others, I will admit that, but it's like, for the most part, everybody across the board looks consistent.
Now, when it comes to DLC, a lot of people, including myself, are a little disappointed in the amount of DLC, but again, look at the amount of people on the roster. I'm okay with it, but at points it's like, it could have probably lowered the price just a tad for it. But here you go. You have the Enduring Icons DLC, which features Beth Phoenix, the Hardy Boys, and the Rock and Roll Express. That'll be $9.99 on its own. You have the Next Generation DLC, which is Aleister Black, Drew McIntyre, Elias, Lars Sullivan, and Ruby Riott. That's a nice collection of 5 people right there. Mm-hmm. Also $9.99 on its own. The Batista retro, you have Batista, John Cena, 2 versions, which is 2006 and 2010, and Rob Van Dam. They'll be available as a pack on day 1 if you have the deluxe or the Seen Enough editions, but they will be also available at a later date, probably for the same $9.99 price tag, but that has not been announced. You also have the Kurt Angle pack, which comes with Kurt Angle of 2001 and 2006. That's a pre-order, and it'll probably be a very late DLC. Because that's usually how this goes. After about a few months, they eventually put the day 1 DLCs on sale, but it takes a while. Other DLC includes the new moves pack, which you get, again, a variety of different moves that are not currently in the game, which will be $3.99. You have the Accelerator, which is $4.99, which gives you instant access to all unlockable content. You have the My Kickstarter pack as well, which will be available for $9.99, which gives you access to unlock boost, the creative superstars ratings and attributes in micro mode. So yes, you can get all of that. If you buy the season pass for $29.99, you get all of those items included, so you save a bunch of money if you buy it all together. So there you go on that. It's a lot of content they're giving you just in characters, but one of the interesting tidbits from all this, Shane McMahon did his own animations.
Yes, he did. You have to. I mean, it's like there are certain people on that roster that it's like, yeah, sorry, you're going to have to go in and you're going to have to do your own thing because we can't get an accurate enough mocap of that. Like, I mean, I'm sure they could try, but ultimately it's like, you want... I think they went for as close to the real thing as they could get for certain people, and it's like, Naomi, she has such a specific entrance. She has to do that. She has to mocap that. There's no way that they could... Well, I'm sure there is a way, but there's really no way that they can duplicate it without it feeling like a duplication. Shane McMahon is the same way. It's like, I'm sure there's a lot of people that can mimic Shane McMahon's entrance, but only Shane McMahon can do those punches.
Only Shane McMahon can do his own punches, and his kids are like, yeah, we want to play as you in the game. So what does he do? He calls up 2K and goes, hey, can I do my own animations? They're like, sure, come on down. So he went down and filmed it all. That is awesome. So that covers the roster section of the video game. So make sure you like, subscribe, follow youtube.com/RockRadarShow. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, @RockRadarShow, @WildTalkRadio, Facebook.com/WildTalkRadioNetwork. She's @LynnWard. Make sure you follow the social medias, you like us on the YouTube, and all that fun stuff, because there's a lot of content coming your way this fall.